Yeah, we got the record on the YouTube.
All right.
Last week I jinxed us when I said, hey, we finally have the YouTube feed. We're finally going to have everything lined up, and sounds like we were all eating our microphones.
It's never going to happen.
No, I think I got it. I got a couple pointers at work. We gave it a dry run tonight, which people heavily suggested that we start doing.
Okay.
And it looked good. The lighting was good, so I think we finally have it. I like to keep jinxing us every week.
Seems to be working.
Just going through the list. I'm going to make sure I get everyone that's...
Yeah, there we go.
We'll send it to Bobby again, even though he doesn't watch.
Yeah.
What's up with Bobby? Hates our show?
I guess.
What a prick.
Yeah. It's all right. He won't see it, so he won't even know.
Yeah.
Bastard.
All right. So there was no Probably Wrong meetup this weekend, huh?
What'd I do? Oh, I was at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. I was with part of my squad.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. I had a terrible burger. Terrible.
That's the worst. That's why I am. I know you call yourself the Burger Man of the Year, but like I said earlier, I am just the ultimate Burger Man, and it completely ruins. Like if you can't cook a burger right,
what can you do? In life, what can you do?
It's you call yourself a restaurant, you cook a burger wrong. It's just no.
And while you're sitting there waiting for the burger, you're anticipating a nice juicy burger,
perfectly melted
pink
cheese,
inside,
bacon,
melted cheese. And then it comes out, you're biting into a hockey puck.
Yeah,
I'm not even a Bruins guy.
Awful.
And here I am with a hockey puck.
And I can't send my stuff back. Can't send my food back.
I've never done that in my life.
No, I can't do it unless it's no.
I've never done it.
No.
I used to go out with a buddy of mine. He would say, "Oh, I'd hate to do this." And I'm thinking in my head, "You don't hate to do this. You've done this about 30 times."
Whose is on? Oh, I think it's yours.
You hate to do this, and don't do it.
My old principal at work, she used to run meetings, and I was a big fan of her. Not everybody was. But she would have these meetings, and she would say, "I'd hate to say this." And I'm like, every time you start with something like that, you don't hate to say it, because if you hated to say it, or if you hate to do it, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty simple. I really don't want to tell you this, then don't say anything. Just shut up. How about that? Because I really don't want to hear it.
That's the all-time great lead-in, though.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
What I wanted to get into my rant about this morning,
this afternoon, this evening.
It started this morning.
He's been ranting for days.
No, it started to go away till someone sent me a message and validated my complaint. So I know inflation's hit everybody. It's happened forever, but you know what? It's one of those things. I just didn't pay attention to it. It's like I gotta buy my groceries. I gotta buy my gas. I gotta buy this. I gotta buy that. Whatever it is, I'm still gonna buy it. So the other morning, gotta take the boy to the doctor's. I'm hungry. I'm like, we'll go to Dunkin'. We like Dunkin'. There's one thing I hate is lines. 20 people deep, not going to Dunkin'. It doesn't happen. I can't wait that long. So I'm like,
Very impatient.
Very impatient. I'm like, Dalton, let's go to McDonald's. I don't know, get a couple sausage, egg, and cheeses. I'm like, I don't have my wallet, but I got $20. Right?
Oh.
2 sausage, egg, and cheese meals with an extra hash brown. I handed the guy a 20, and he just stared at me.
Yeah, you're a little short.
I was still short.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yep.
I don't understand.
Yeah. I always thought McDonald's was like the cheapest way to go.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not anymore.
I looked up even more. 4 years ago, 2 sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins was 2 for $3.
Okay.
The hash browns were 2 for $1.
Yeah.
It was $20.94 for this meal, and I couldn't. What has happened to America?
Yeah, it's inflation.
Now I'm paying attention because it got me. I went to Dunkin' Donuts. I had a medium coffee and a hash brown. It was $6. What? No.
I buy these 2 rice cups. You stick them in the microwave for a minute. And back in the day, 3-4 years ago, they were $1.
Yeah.
Now they're $1.98. That's doubled in price. And then PB2 powder, which used to cost me $6.84. I bought it yesterday. It was over $10, and they're getting you all over the place.
No, and now I'm driving because normally it's I'm paying with the card, paying with my phone, not really paying attention. But happened just recently, I've had a cash on me. So now it's like, oh, wait a minute. Like, my whole $20 is gone.
Yeah.
My whole $10
What am I going to do now?
We went to the store, and they're like, oh, can I get a couple snacks? So I said, oh, okay.
Can't. Inflation.
And I was
Going to take out a home equity loan.
And I'm like, I guess all I have is a 5. We can't get two bags of chips.
A bag of chips is like $6.99.
I know.
Ridiculous.
And it's mostly air in the bag.
Yeah, it finally got to me. It finally took its toll.
Yeah.
And then, after my winding down finally stopped, I got an article sent to me, and it was that McDonald's, it was in New York, they're charging $3 for a hash brown, and McDonald's came out and said, we can basically charge whatever we want, and people are still going to come.
Of course they are.
And this whole article was now how, since they've sent that and jacked up all their prices worldwide, that their sales have finally started to bottom out. But who says that?
Yeah, but you know what? That's short term.
Yeah.
It's short because remember Bud Light had the controversy. They had the female, male, transgender.
Yeah.
And then it hurt their sales temporarily. Everybody comes back. Yeah. Everybody comes back.
I can't. No, because I'm not going.
But you're not a frequent McDonald's guy. The frequent McDonald's people.
A lot of people is because it's cheap. A lot of people take their kids whatever because it's cheap.
Not cheap anymore.
It's not cheap.
No.
Like if I'm gonna spend, a family of 4 would have costed me $40-something. I'm going out to breakfast.
Yeah, but it's going to be the same thing at Burger King.
No, but I understand that. I'm saying where fast food was the cheap place where I'm going to take the kids real quick. I'm going to go that. If it's not, why am I going to go? Now I've seen it because now Chipotle is $65.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A for taking everybody.
Do you know what my breakfast costs me every Saturday with tip? It's not right.
Just for you?
Just for me.
$25?
$30.
$30.
Where do you go to breakfast and what do you get for $30?
I get the steak tips, but that used to be like a $14 meal.
You gotta start going to Emma's Waffles.
Yeah, steak tips, 2 eggs, home fries, toast.
He just says Blockbuster never came back. I really wish that was my Friday night going to Blockbuster as a kid. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Ethan, we didn't know this, but last night his son was skating in the intermission.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
was he one of the ones we were betting on and he couldn't pull through and win? Thanks, kid. You know? But McDonald's was bad, costing me $20. Your son probably cost me $50 last night.
Yeah, I didn't know he was out there until later in the game. He was sending me some Snapchats, and I was like, oh.
Aren't you a little old to be on Snapchat, David?
I don't know, Michael.
No, that's how I get my news.
I'm on Snapchat, and I'm older than both of you.
Snapchat has become one of the things where you get all your news from now because they have all their media guides. It's quick. It's perfect for people who don't pay attention. It's 10 seconds. You don't like it, you click it, you go to the next thing.
Tony, when I send a message to my daughter, a text message, which looks like she's watching the amateur.
Yeah.
She doesn't reply, but if I send her a message on Snapchat, I get a response.
Do you take like a selfie and then you write the message in the middle on that like little highlighted line?
Is there any other way?
I don't think so. I think that is the Snapchat way.
Yeah.
We never did the intro.
Oh, no.
What time is it? It's 10 minutes past.
Well, introduce us.
Welcome to the Probably Wrong podcast. Happy Wednesday evening. Yeah, okay. My name is Tony Furtado. To my left, your right, Mikey Snellgrove. And then to his left, Diamond Dave DiSciullo.
Hey!
I got it? Hey! What do you know? It's going to be a great show. All right, DiSciullo.
Looking forward to this one.
Nice.
What do you got?
Josh, I can't. We use the phone for the show, so I can't do it.
Yeah. His son got to do an interview on the Jumbotron with the orange face girl.
Yeah? Well.
Orange face girl.
I don't know.
At the game last night. All right, so hey, we got a Super Bowl coming up this weekend.
We do. We do. And I mean, we just saw these teams, it seems like a few years ago. I know it was 5 years ago, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping for the Lions versus the Ravens. Something new. A little bit of new energy.
I'm happy with the Super Bowl that we had. Like I said before, I could have been any mix and match of these 4 teams.
Yeah.
You know, I love it because Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes wins this Super Bowl, He now has 3 rings. Kind of validates what you were saying last week
3
on that
rings in
reel that
6
kind of
years.
went through the roof. But
Went viral.
Yep.
As it should.
And then I get to listen to it constantly of all, because it's been everywhere. The hate because he's creeping in like on Brady. Now, granted, by creeping in, he's still 4 Super Bowls away. But you would think to some of these people that are all bent out of shape, that can't just enjoy what's happening, they got to start, oh, this guy stinks, this guy. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, it's the same thing that happened to Brady when, he started winning, and they're like, he's still not Montana. And then he wins 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, and they go, well, Montana won 4. And he wins the 4th one, and they're like, he lost 1.
Yeah.
I don't think Mahomes has to win 7 for there to be a question on whether or not him or Brady is. I don't think he has to win 7.
No.
If he wins 5 in 10 years, it's close.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he needs to win 7 to validate him being right up there with Brady.
Here's the thing. This is a guy that was a first-round pick.
Number 10 overall.
Was supposed to be a great player. And he has become a great player in the league.
Do you remember who was the number 2 pick that year?
Oh, God. 17?
Quarterback. Deshaun Watson 1, quarterback 2, quarterback 10. Patrick Mahomes was 10.
Yeah, that was the same draft that they were complaining about because that was the Bears jumped up to get Mitch Trubisky.
Well, he was supposed to answer the question. Nice
I'm
job.
sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was reading the comments.
Oh, God. Well, the hell with that.
Joshua
pop
Hoyt,
quiz for the day.
right. It's the LeBron Jordan debate, and it'll be that forever. He also thinks 49ers by 3. Disagree with you there. And what's Christian here say? Thoughts on Tom Brady whooping Pat Mahomes like his daddy did 3 years ago today?
Okay, we totally lost focus. I had a pop quiz for Dave DiSciullo. Snelly chimes in. All of a sudden, all of East Bridgewater's chiming in. This is an absolute disaster.
Hey, Mahomes and Brady were 3-3. At the end of the day, they were 3-3.
Oh, God. All right, Dave, so you were talking before I interrupted you, and then Mike just threw the show off the handles.
Mike just threw my headphones off.
This guy's a nightmare. What do you have in the cup?
We're struggling tonight.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing well.
Yeah.
We got the name right.
Well, I went off the rails.
Yeah.
The music right, the feed's right.
We got way off the rails. Started out with food and went into Brady and Mahomes.
Why don't you start the show off again?
Yeah. Welcome to the Probably Wrong podcast.
We are probably wrong.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
All right, so Dave, you don't even know what the hell you were talking about.
No.
I don't. I remember. I forget where we
Okay.
were.
All right, so we have to start fresh.
Cheeseburgers?
Yeah. All right. So we have a game this Saturday.
Sunday, bud. Super Bowl Sunday.
I'm out of here. Can I sub out? Get someone else in here for me. All right. So this Sunday.
Super Bowl Saturday. New for 2024. Inflation is
I
too
feel
expensive.
bad for all our viewers.
It's too expensive on Sundays
We
now.
have quadruple-digit viewers, and we're messing up all over the place. This is a nightmare. Nightmare on
It's
whatever
getting
street you live
to
on.
us.
Yep.
We're just trying to make some comedy here for the
Oh,
the clips afterwards.
I guess. I guess. All right. So Super Bowl Sunday, Chiefs versus 49ers, Part 2.
And I think it's going to be the same outcome.
All right, so we'll start with you. Who do you like? Who do you want to win? Who do you think will win?
Across the board, it's going to be the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs' year. I think the Chiefs got it. I think the Chiefs going to win it outright. I think Pat Mahomes, another MVP for him. I think Brock Purdy's going to get exposed this week again. I don't think he has it. The Chiefs pretty much their game plan should be slow down Christian McCaffrey and everything will fall apart. Because if they slow down Christian McCaffrey, they're gonna force Brock to start throwing the ball, and he's going to make mistakes. And granted, last week, 2 weeks ago, he looked pretty good because he was able to get some things done with the legs. This Chiefs team is a much faster defensive team. I don't think he's going to be able to break the pocket and break down conditions. I think the Chiefs are going to stay true. They just did it to Mahomes, I think it's too much for them. I think once McCaffrey slows down, that whole Niners game plan goes away. And I know it's a tall task, but the guy's been killing it all year. It's gotta come to a head this weekend.
All right. Dave.
I think the Chiefs are going to win, but I'm rooting for the Niners. I think if Christian McCaffrey gets going, he's tough to stop, and I don't know if there is a defense that can stop him, but we shall see Sunday, because if he doesn't do well, they're sunk.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy cannot win the game for them. I mean, if the Niners win, McCaffrey's your MVP.
Oh, 100%, Dave. Yeah.
There's no way. Purdy just doesn't have it. And, maybe they get lucky and dump the ball off to Debo. And he's another guy that can
Well, if you get
break
McCaffrey
away.
going, it's going to open up other things.
Yeah.
That's the X factor, right?
100%. That's scary for the Chiefs. And their main game plan.
But I also think that the Niners made the trade for Chase Young because they knew they were going to play Mahomes. If they got Young on one side and Bosa on the other, and that's a killer combo going
Dave,
after him.
There's talks of Chase Young not even playing in this game
Really?
because he hasn't done anything.
Well, that kind of backfires what he just said.
Yeah, they've been upset with
Another
him.
great take
his snap count.
Well, what an episode this is.
His snap count has been down. There's thoughts of him that he may not even play this week, that he's a bad locker room guy, that he's getting shipped right out of town. So, I mean, I know the thought was when he came in there,
I can't
exactly
imagine.
what you were
I can't
going
imagine
for.
him not playing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a dynamic player.
He hasn't
be
been. He hasn't done one thing. When have you heard his name once in this whole Niners?
I don't watch a lot of the Niners.
No,
games.
I'm just saying right now, when we're all paying attention to the Niners, you haven't heard his name once. You haven't seen him once.
no,
you haven't seen him do anything.
A little bit, not obviously not much, but they weren't really getting after Goff in that game until when they actually started
Yeah.
finally turning it on, I guess you'd say.
So Joe Tooney is out.
Yeah, he's out. They said it's going to take a miracle for him to play again.
Oh, so that's a big deal.
Not play again, play this
Yeah.
weekend.
So what's up with him?
I don't remember.
That's.
But he got hurt 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so that's a problem.
Kadarius Toney out. That's the X factor.
Oh, he sucks. Yeah.
What else we got? Sean here. Mahomes will not get by the outside linebackers, Bosa and Young on the ends. Mahomes isn't going to have to get by them. Mahomes doesn't rely on his legs, Sean. I mean, I don't see that. I mean, what did Bosa do last week? They were just talking about that he was a non-factor.
Yeah,
but he's a guy that can break out.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's week to week, sometimes quarter to quarter,
and
that guy can dominate games. So Joe Tooney, according to Bob, has a torn pectoral muscle. He ain't playing.
No, he's done.
You're not playing with that. So
that's a huge.
Yeah, huge.
And that may validate Sean here with Bosa and maybe Young.
Tooney's probably your best offensive lineman.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm surprised Dave didn't give us the history lesson behind the San Francisco 49ers and their 5 titles and Joe Montana and Steve
coming.
Young.
You just killed it.
Jerry Rice and John Taylor and Tom Rathman. I was always a Tom Rathman guy. Roger Craig.
Joe Montana won 2 Super Bowls without Jerry Rice,
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, I'm only 29,
Dave.
That
was, I think I was like 5.
So who are you taking?
He told us.
My money's on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I don't know.
That's where all the smart money is so far.
Yeah, I'd go, and I've been saying it all year. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And the Chiefs are what the Patriots were. And the Chiefs were my pick all year.
Oh, the people hate hearing that. What you just said. The Chiefs are what the Patriots were. I understand right now.
You want me to lie to the people? I'm a man of the people. I'm not going to lie to the people.
They want us to lie. They want us to talk about how bad the Chiefs are, how the Chiefs are. Well, the Niners are going to win. This is.
Mahomes will never compare to Brady.
I want the 49ers to win.
I do too.
But I think we have to play it fair here. Yeah. And I think the Chiefs find a way to win these games. And I would always put my money on the Patriots back during their era, and this is now the Chiefs' era.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the same. And early in the year, I kept saying the Chiefs, even when they were struggling, I'm like, they're the veteran team, they're the Patriots, they're the Yankees, they're going to find a way to be there, and then other teams crumble. And here they are, without having their best season.
Bob, you're absolutely right. He said the Chiefs have been winning like the Patriots did in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. People don't like that.
The only difference is
Snelly is a Swiftie.
Of course he is. I think we'll talk about Swift in a minute. But the only difference is Mahomes can, even if he's not running for 30, 40 yards, he can extend plays. And when you extend plays, no cornerback in football can cover these guys for 5-6 seconds. I don't care how good your wide receivers are. The cornerbacks can't cover you for that long.
And it's funny, we were just talking about Mahomes and his legs. All year long, you don't see him very rarely run, right? All year. But when playoff time comes, he knows now if he's going to take what that defense gives him.
Yeah.
If you're going to give him a hole, he's going to take it.
At least we don't have to cheer for the Falcons. I think yesterday was the 7-year anniversary of that absolute debacle. It was all over Facebook. Snelly must be shutting his social media off because
it was down for the day.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see this.
It'll never be forgotten, and no one will ever let me forget it. Like I play for the Falcons, you know.
Yeah, but you talk a lot of shit, so it's deserved.
That you
know. And I'm sure you're talking a lot of smack going into that season.
Nope.
No, you guys had a good team.
But I'm a Falcons fan. I know what happens.
Yeah, but that was a 14-2 team, right?
I can never.
That was an MVP for Matt Ryan.
Yeah, and as a team that I love and have been behind since 1989, I know enough to know that I can never say anything about the Falcons until someday they finally win it. Because they find a way to blow
Once that final
everything.
Buzzer goes off and they've won.
Yeah,
then
he fat lady sings. Yeah.
Who do we got here? As much as I hate him, Kelsey has been on another level at this postseason. Yeah, him and Mahomes, quiet all year.
Well, relatively speaking, quiet. They're great. These are all-time greats, right?
But
Mahomes, Kelsey.
Quiet to what we're used to. But then the playoffs come, and there they are.
Yeah. And quiet is all-pro type seasons, right? You know, like... They're just better. Yeah. You know, like, and maybe Mahomes didn't have an MVP season, but are they ever really quiet? Not really.
This was a down year in the league for offense.
Yes.
For him to, not have these massive numbers, it really wasn't that noticeable compared to everyone else.
Right.
Who had the best season as a quarterback?
Lamar Jackson, your boy, who crapped his pants.
I mean, even Josh Allen had, 42 total touchdowns this year. I mean,
but he played erratic football this year, so a lot of that's on him.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. As a whole, scoring was down this year.
Yeah. But it was nice. It was more of an equal balance, I think, across the board this year. You saw some great defensive games. You saw some great offensive games. It wasn't just a clean one way or another.
They allowed the defense to beat up on receivers and tight ends a lot more than in recent years. A lot less holding calls. I think there was less pass interference calls, unless it was pretty obvious. But
that's what I like to see. It makes it interesting.
It does, because, I mean, you go back to the past, which I know Tony doesn't like when I do, but,
Here we go again.
I mean...
I should take my pee break now.
That's what defenses
Stop being a bully.
Yeah.
The defenses beat up on receivers, running backs, tight ends.
I mean, our first Super Bowl, we beat the crap out of Marshall Faulk. He couldn't get past the line of scrimmage.
No, because that was it.
Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Hakeem. Those guys couldn't do anything.
So, do you remember the key? So, this is something that I give Belichick credit for, because he knows in the Super Bowl they don't call penalties, or they're very low. So he knew that you can hold these guys and play rough with and try to slow these wide receivers down, because they're not going to call it every play.
And back then, they used to allow you to be a little bit more physical. And I remember Tabucky Jones laying out, I believe, Hakeem, first play of the game. He just laid him out, and it kind of set the tone.
Yep.
And going back to, like, I think people get caught up on Belichick sucks. Like you just said, that game plan, that's all coaching.
Yep.
That wasn't Brady being all-pro Brady at that. He was managing the game much the same way they're going to try to have Brock Purdy do.
Their first score was a pick six.
Yeah.
Ty Law. Mike Vrabel took a hit on Kurt Warner. Yeah. Ty Law took it to the house.
And as much crap as I talk about Belichick that I can't stand him, for one game, right? Everything's on the line. I want Bill. Yeah. I'll always want Bill.
Maybe even now.
For that one game.
Against certain coaches, right?
Yeah.
Because he did it again against the Rams recently with Sean McVay. right? That was a 13-3 game.
Yep. Oh, we got some comments rolling in here. We got to go back here.
None of us can read. This is going to be difficult. Your son's over there. Maybe you can help us out.
We'll go ahead. Sean thinks Brock Purdy is putting up 400 yards. He's coming out to play this week.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd shut you right up.
He would shut me up. I just don't see it. I
think they're hoping to manage the game with Brock Purdy.
He's capable with Ayuk, Kittle, and Debo, and McCaffrey. It is very capable of that happening. But this Chiefs defense, I go, have you not watched them in the postseason?
Well, let's see what the Chiefs defense gives them. If they're going to try to take out McCaffrey, then it's going to leave people open, right?
Yeah.
And we'll see. I just don't think I don't hate Brock Purdy. I just don't think he's as accurate as people want him to be.
I agree. And Jackson got exposed by Spags' defense. He's being called by some great... Oh, my goodness. Here comes the reading part.
Yeah, we can't read any higher than a third grade level. So when there's more than a sentence, we're screwed.
Plans for the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's been calling some excellent game plans.
Spagnuolo's been a great defensive coordinator for years.
That last week, I mean, granted, we want to say Lamar Jackson choked, but that defense was all over the place. They smothered his wide receivers.
They have better players, obviously, now.
Yep.
Than they did in previous years.
Even here, Miami. Going back to the defenses this year, Miami padded the point stats for the league. Some people couldn't stop them this year. I mean, it was tough. Tyreek Hill was playing on a video game level back there. You know, and that's
all the really good teams. All the under 500 teams that Miami beat up on.
But what we were just saying to coaches, that exposes some of the bad coaching that's out there. And he just made them look.
And you can only play who they put on the schedule for you. So what are you going to do? I'm sure those years that the Patriots were 12-4, we had weak divisions. We won those games. So I don't hate for that. You can only play the people that they... What's up, buddy?
He's not interested.
No, he could care less. He's probably listening to the show. He's like, this show sucks.
We got a lot of Taylor Swift talk. Josh wants to know what's the over-under for cuts to Swift. She'll make the game. She's at the Super Bowl almost every year, and they cut to her even last year and the year before. They cut to her constantly.
It's going to be worse this year.
Taylor Swift is
Ethan says 56.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd go under that. Unless the Chiefs are scoring a ton of touchdowns, I'd go under that. I did hear...
it's a good story. Why are people crapping on this Kelsey Swift thing?
It doesn't bother me one bit.
It's a good story.
I did hear a UFC female fighter come out and say, it's not real. She said, I'm a pro athlete. I get invited to do collabs with athletes, with celebrities. Yeah. And what they do is... They tell us, go out to dinner, hold hands, we'll have the paparazzi there, we'll take pictures, if you can kiss them on the cheek or give them a hug. So we'll see. Is it real? We think it's real, but we haven't seen them together one time.
Yeah, we have. There's several things. There's stuff
outside of the game.
Stuff restaurants making out.
Okay, all right. I don't really pay attention.
I think that's too much of a stretch, and I think earlier in the year you could say that. But they've really, in this day and age, to keep it up the way that they've kept it up, if it's fake
or kept
it up, I don't think it's fake.
Okay.
I don't think.
All right.
Josh, we're watching football to watch it. This Super Bowl is all about the celebrities. That's all they do is they cut. If LeBron James is there, he's on the screen 7 times.
You know what's funny? The best weekend of football was actually last weekend. Not last weekend, 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
Because no celebrities go to the AFC Championship game, NFC. Now it's more of a show. Yeah. It's more of a spectacle. So the best weekend in football is probably not the Super Bowl.
It's always the AFC Championship.
It's probably the AFC NFC Championship.
Yeah, that's my mother. That's because the Super Bowl's become...
Oh, it's ridiculous. It is very hard to...
It's not for the common people anymore.
No, not anymore. That's all it is if the Super Bowl is if you got money.
Yeah, do you remember when they had that Super Bowl where we're all at home wearing masks indoors, and then they're all showing up and nobody was wearing masks?
Yeah.
You had Magic Johnson with LeBron James, Gavin Newsom. It was in L.A. It must have been in L.A.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, we have to wear masks everywhere we go.
They all got their COVID screening to get into
yeah, I'm sure. That's how it works,
right? Josh, the Super Bowl and... I lost it on that one. Man, I gotta stop doing that.
What, reading?
Yeah. Tickets are $7,500 and up to $4 million for this game. It is ridiculous.
Oh God.
It is absolutely ridiculous. I And people still, like, will save up. I mean, I can't knock it if people are going to save up, because we save up to go to Disney, and people look at me like I'm crazy spending those prices.
If you're a fan,
yeah,
then whatever, you know. Because I know, thinking back to when, like, I mean, these two teams have been there several times, but, like, Red Sox fans wanting to go see big games, like,
yeah.
I can see. If that's your passion, that's your thing.
It's a lot of money. And what's Bob saying there? Swift is likely leads to a 5 to 10% bump in ratings. Yeah, because a lot of people do tune in. Yeah,
more than that.
Yeah,
I think more.
Yeah, Bob. That's what people are saying. That's what's validating what Tony was just saying about the fake romance. But I don't see it.
It just brings in a whole new audience of people that could care less.
But neither of those two people need it. Swift is on top. Like, she is, whether you hate her or not.
Swift doesn't need it, but it's helped the NFL. It's helped the NFL more than it's helped Swift.
But what does... So Swift would have needed something to gain from the NFL to offer her that. And so wouldn't Kelsey. Because
this helps Kelsey. Big time. Big time helps Kelsey.
Yeah.
Because all these girls, they love Travis Kelsey. 2 years ago, no girl was talking about Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
You know, it's helped them big time.
Yeah.
It's helped the NFL. They said that she's probably brought in about $50 million, right?
$330 million.
330.
Yeah. And
so it's helped the NFL. I don't think it really helps her that much.
No. She's also helping out other people around. Like, she got that jacket from the fullback from the Niners, Juszczyk.
Yeah.
His wife made that jacket for her to wear, the 87 jacket.
Yep.
You know, real nice looking jacket. She's probably selling all kinds of jackets now.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. I don't really hate it the way most people do. I could care less. Yeah. And you know what? Like, if they score, like, what's the difference between them showing Taylor Swift or them showing Robert Kraft? Right? Like, they're showing somebody.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't really care.
Yep.
Does he want to get in?
Do you want to come on tonight?
No? You good? All right.
Okay. All right, so...
Ethan would rather see a Game 7 Stanley Cup Bruins than the Super Bowl.
You see him there and they lose it.
I mean, they won one.
Yeah.
You know, a few years ago.
All right. So,
but the other thing that I look forward to in the Super Bowl is I know people are like, I tune in for the Super Bowl for the football and this and that. I love the commercials.
Yeah. But it feels like the last few years they haven't been as good.
Hold on.
Back in the day. What, do you have a commercial for us?
No, we have a special guest tonight.
Oh, all right.
With his own theme music.
I like it. Grab a seat, buddy. Take my seat. Take my seat.
You got questions for all of us.
All right. What do we got?
Okay. We already did our Super Bowl picks. Who's your Super Bowl pick?
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay, I can see it.
Right.
Sure it's not the Niners?
All right. Well, what is us? Who are our favorite players this weekend that are playing? I'm sorry, Dalton. I should have let you ask.
Go ahead.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Anyone else?
I don't know anyone else.
Travis Kelsey, right? He's dating Taylor Swift. All right, Dave, who are your favorite players this weekend?
Debo.
Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
Guy's very talented. Love watching him play.
I mean, I love McCaffrey, Debo,
McCaffrey's a
Kelsey.
great player, too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of want to see the Patriots take his brother Luke as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Just because he's a McCaffrey. Why not?
And then last one.
What about Tony? What about his favorite players?
I'm going to go with Kittle.
Yeah.
Just
I
because
love Kittle. Yep.
My brother's friend is very good friends with Kittle and Kittle's wife. Or Kittle's girlfriend.
They seem like solid people.
Yeah. I would think if they hang out with my brother's friend is married to an NHL star, and Kittle and him are very tight, and he's a normal guy. He plays video games. He's really funny. He's just kind of like a down-to-earth guy, and I bet you Kittle is much of the same, because if he wasn't, they probably wouldn't be close friends. So I'm going to go with Kittle.
Hold on, before you ask your last question here. Sean, yes, I think they are bringing back the Clydesdales this year. He wants to see them bring it back, and I've seen some commercials lately with the Clydesdales. I don't know, online. So yeah, the old Budweiser commercials. And hold on, let me read another comment here. And Ethan here, the Super Bowl commercials have been so bad they aren't allowed to show. Yeah, you're right. They're not nearly as edgy. Yeah.
I mean, I love the Doritos one with the pregnant lady.
Yeah.
You want to read it?
The people were offended by it.
Yeah.
All right,
It was
so
hilarious.
your boy has one more topic.
What do you got, buddy?
What's your favorite Super Bowl snack you would eat if you're there?
And you can't pick a margarita or a martini.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Start with you.
So you're going to have to think about it now.
Starting
Yeah,
with
probably nachos.
Yeah.
Got to go with nachos because you can load it up with whatever you want.
Oh, this is a tough one because I love to snack
just loves food.
because we eat food every Sunday here. Pizza.
Is that technically a snack?
Not a snack? Well, if it's not a snack, then
I don't do snacks.
you don't do your frozen cherries?
That is those are my shit balls, and those are done at night. But during the game, I won't be having
Is
snacks.
an espresso martini a snack?
I don't think we're doing liquid snacks, right?
Dalton, what's your favorite snack to eat during the games that we have?
pretzels.
See, that's a snack.
Yeah.
That's a snack.
The big pretzels.
I was gonna say
If
the big
we went
pretzels
to
or the
the
bag.
game.
Yeah.
Can
Do
we
you go with the cheese sauce dip?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't dip in it. No,
No?
his favorite are the chocolate covered pretzels.
Oh,
the
geez.
flips.
Yeah.
We'll sit and devour a huge bag of those. Those are amazing. All right, do you have anything else to say for your minute before we get to Dave's Bruins minute?
No.
All right, good job. Do you want me to play your outro?
There you go. All right, I'll walk you off because I got to go as well.
Why?
I don't like this section of the show,
So you're leaving?
so I'm leaving.
I will be.
Oh, yeah, Dave.
Do you even want to play the music? Because
This is something that
we didn't hear.
we didn't really hear much of last night.
No, not at all. We had one goal and it was on a 2-man advantage, so it was kind of pathetic. And
So we were at the game last night. So
absolutely horrendous.
you come back from a 9-day
9-day
absence, and that's what you put out against one of the worst teams in the league last night.
a team that is selling off their best players and looking to next season, and you don't even show up for not even a minute. I mean, the entire game was bad passes, bad shots, no hitting because we don't hit.
They were muscled around last night. I don't know how much of it was on TV, whoever watched it on TV, but the Flames were laughing at the Bruins players last night. They were hitting them, slamming them, cheap shots, and laughing because they knew the Bruins weren't going to do anything.
And I think I was more disappointed with Trent Frederick than anyone else because he's the only one on the team that will stand up for anyone, and he did nothing. They all did nothing. They just stood there and took it.
Lucic wouldn't do anything. You know, he can't do anything in the ice. He's too busy beating women off. And, well, that came out the wrong way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's gonna have his day in court next week.
yep. But
He might be back. Who knows?
how many 2-man and single-man advantages did we have last night?
Well, they had a
They had
a 3-minute major. Well, it was a 5-minute major, but they only had 3 minutes of
one
power
game
play.
misconduct and one major in the same game.
Yeah, no shots. I mean, it was really a pathetic game to watch. Fortunately for us, we were in a box, so you could find other things to do. We don't
want to humble brag. All right.
I know, but it was like it would have been bad if I feel for people that paid to go see that game. If I was at home, I would have shut it off. It was absolutely pathetic.
What I don't understand, Dave, and to go here with Ethan's point about Vancouver, all right? You just had Swayman in the All-Star game, right?
Yeah.
So your first game back, why would you not have... And to what you were saying the other night, let me back up a little bit. He's telling me how Swayman's the best goalie in the league. right? So why would you not have Allmark come out, break himself back in, because he's had quite an extended absence, play against the Flames, one of the worst teams in the league, give Swayman a little bit more rest because he just played in the All-Star game, and then have Swayman back for your Canucks, who are the best team in the league right now.
Yeah.
And then you have, what is it? And you can crisscross, you can keep going every other day, then you'll have Swayman line up again against the Lightning and everybody else. I don't understand why they needed Swayman in net last night. Because he was awful.
He was. I mean, it was like a collaborative effort from the team to just be bad.
Yeah.
Every single one of them was terrible. The defense, if they roll these defensemen out in the playoffs, 4 games, 5 games, and they're done, then they're not going to win a playoff series. This defense is awful. They don't hit. They just sit there and get hit.
No,
and
you
then
get
they're afraid.
Marchand thrown to the ground last night. You got a Flames player on top of him.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just a
checked on the side of the head.
Yeah.
No one does anything about it.
no. That couldn't have been more pathetic last night.
Yeah.
That really was. I mean,
Very disappointing to watch. I hope they have a better effort against Vancouver. I know trade deadline's still a ways out, but I hope Sweeney is looking to do something to improve what we saw. Because
and who were you talking about last night on the Flames that you were thinking that the Bruins are targeting?
Hannafin. Sweeney's been a fan of Noah Hannafin since 2015 in the draft. And he'll probably get him this year. I don't know if he's going to be the answer to the problems they have. He's not a big physical guy.
No.
So
I mean, he looked physical last night. Everybody looked physical last night.
All the Flames were, it was, or it was just that the Bruins weren't physical. So yeah.
I just could not get over the laughter. I mean, you could see these guys coming off to the bench after, and I can't say. I mean, I can say, but I won't say some of the things that they were saying because you could hear it as clear as day because it was quiet last night.
Yeah.
What they were saying to these Bruins players. And these guys were doing nothing.
It reminds me of Patrick Maroon doing it in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
When he was at the Blues, he was laughing at them, saying to them, "What are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
And none of them would do anything.
No, they were baited left and right last night, and it was awful. So
Yeah.
it was just a pathetic. That's all I can say.
So, speaking of the Bruins, Sean Thornton is going to be doing a signing at MP Sports Cards April 6th. That's a guy that, man, do they miss having him.
MP Sports Cards in Carver, Mass. For all your cards needs, Sean Thornton. We'll be putting that in the comments later.
Yeah, I gotta.
Is that a coaster?
I gotta finalize that.
Is that a coaster?
It is a coaster.
Can I see it?
Do they need?
We need to get something bigger. And,
I'd like a coaster for my house. A few of them.
Do they need to call MP Sports? Do they need to register? Is it a first come, first serve?
And he told me, if you want to see him, get there early. He's not going to be there long, but I'm looking forward to it.
And we talked about these guys last week. I mean, I can't say enough. I can't say enough about MP Sports Cards. So.
I got to be careful what I say because
because we get the card shock over there. So I mean, if we want to continue with pathetic performances, I mean, we can go right into what we saw a couple nights ago and start off with our Boston Celtics.
Okay. Refresh my memory.
Which game are we talking? Because
so they've only played twice, and we were all pumped up to see the Lakers game. And,
disaster.
Yeah.
With no LeBron or Anthony Davis.
I think that's what happens. These guys, this has happened several times where I remember the Suns came here and it was a game time decision. Booker didn't play, and then all of a sudden it's like the Celtics are deflated. It's like they don't even want to play. And once they heard word that LeBron and Anthony Davis weren't playing, we should have all put money on the Lakers.
I did, and I was sitting and I was telling everybody. I mean, because once again, I spew advice and don't take my own advice. And I said, once I heard, I go, take the Lakers tonight because the Celtics are going to play down.
They do this all the time. Like, they don't even want to be there. Oh, LeBron's not playing. We're just not really going to show up.
No.
And you know what? You got to blame the stars for that, right?
And you let Austin Reeves, who's, I know people have been,
He's white. He can't be that good.
he is good.
He's pretty good, but
he,
not enough to beat Tatum, Brown.
He was.
I know, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a game that Tatum needs to step up. He's supposed to be your
Top 5 guy.
Yeah. I mean, what are you doing?
But that
You
shouldn't
don't
have been,
show up.
and like Ethan's saying here, trap game. It shouldn't have been a trap game. This
No, it
is
shouldn't have.
one of those
It should have been an easy
statement
win.
games that you should have come in and done what you did to Memphis on Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
And just completely blow them out of the building.
Right.
And Memphis comes in and their star players aren't playing,
Yeah.
and they demolish them.
You know what it is? I think they get the word early in the day, and it kind of deflates them. We've seen it time and time again.
No, you got Brown who didn't show up that game. You got Derek White who didn't show up that game. The only guy that really showed up
Tatum
that game
was
is
8
Tatum.
to 21.
Yeah,
it's not great.
But he could miss, and really a lot of that stuff came down to finally. If you watch that game, you can see Tatum was like, "Well, no one else is going to shoot tonight, so I'll just shoot."
Yeah.
It
Sucks.
and then you come out and blow doors against Memphis. It's just
Yeah. I think we're it's a long season in the NBA, and there's going to be ups and downs. I still think we're probably the best team in the NBA.
did, because they did make a stat that in was it 2008 was the Celtics championship season?
Yep.
That they did lose I think 9 games in the January, February, March
The
stretch.
dog days of winter.
Yeah. So I'm kind of I'm hopefully going to hang my hat on that.
I'll stick with what I said earlier. If Porzingis is not healthy for the playoffs, they won't win the championship. They need him.
You could maybe get by the East without a healthy Porzingis.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could beat the Clippers or the Nuggets.
Right now the Clippers are they're playing. They're playing out of this world.
Right.
And then to hear what I think was Barkley was saying that Paul George wasn't going to play that game that they smoked us, and he basically said no. It was a scheduled day off for Paul George, and he came out and said no, I'm playing because I wanted to send a message to the Celtics.
Yep. The only good thing about that is you don't have to play Denver and the Clippers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You only have to play one of them.
One. Yep.
And it's going to be a tough series if we get there.
Yeah.
Going back to Porzingis, trade deadline right around the corner. We need another big, like a legit big that can take minutes away from Porzingis and Horford at the very least during the regular season, because we don't want them come. No, I'm not happy. I'm never happy. I'm Portuguese.
You're not happy with Xavier Tillman?
I'm happy with Xavier Tillman if that guy is brought in to lighten the load on Tatum and Brown. I'm not happy with Xavier Tillman taken away from Horford and Porzingis. We need a big. We need.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. This is what I don't understand the move, because he is another Brissett.
Yes.
He is another Luke Cornett. He is that type of player.
What we didn't know earlier. Stevens was involved in that deal too. The guy off the bench.
Yes.
So he took a roster spot of somebody that was Stevens and 2 second-round picks. If they think Tillman can spell Tatum and Brown, because he's 6'7", 5 minutes a game, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But we still need a big to help out Porzingis, Horford,
100%.
Cornett. Bring in Kelly Olynyk. I don't think Embiid's going to be an issue this year because of his knee. So you don't need Drummond, a big physical big.
No, because what are you going to do? So to pile on with the Drummond, because I keep hearing that take go after Drummond, the guy can't shoot 3 throws. Much like Xavier Tillman cannot shoot 3 throws.
Right, and Drummond also clogs up the middle. You have guys that want to dribble penetrate. You can't have Drummond at the 3-point line because his guy will sag off and clog up the middle. So we don't want Drummond. If you had to face Embiid and you were nervous about Embiid, then maybe Drummond would be an option here. Embiid, I don't think he's going to play.
Embiid tools on Drummond every time.
And Jokic will take him out to the 3-point line and make him look like a fool. But Kelly Olynyk would be a guy that you can plug into what we already do. But we need Porzingis ready for the playoffs. We need Horford not burnt out by the playoffs, because that's what happened last year. He was fried by the end of it because he played too many regular season minutes.
And that's what we were talking last week about. Sadiq Bey is a perfect pickup for that. And Ethan and Sean here. We got Joe Klein and they want Big Baby back. Yeah.
Joe Klein out of Arkansas. I believe he was the number 6 pick overall. I don't know. I think I'm all set with the old white guy playing center. I think we already have too many white guys.
Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, he's not old. He's not super old. And then who was the other guy? Big Baby.
Big Baby's playing still. In,
Big Baby's he's stealing seats at the Fleet Center and getting caught. Is it the Fleet Center? It's not even the Fleet Center anymore.
At the
It's the Garden. Yeah, he's stealing seats and getting caught on national TV.
But he still plays in that Big 3 tournament.
Yeah. Stud. College basketball stud. LSU, right? Mm-hmm.
So let's stick with the Celtics, and let's hear some other news that came out today that I like. Is Jaylen Brown going to compete in the dunk contest?
I don't like that.
You sound like my wife. She doesn't like it either.
I probably sound nothing like your wife, but...
Nope, you said it the same exact way.
Yeah, I don't like that. Jaylen Brown has had a history of, nagging hamstrings.
You sound just like her right
nagging
now.
Knees.
This is what you were saying earlier.
Oh, this could be stupid.
Who cares about the dunk contest?
I do. I enjoy the dunk contest, and we've said forever it needs names. And Jaylen Brown took it upon himself to play. So I like that, you know?
I don't think he belongs there.
Why? Because the guy dunks. The guy can't dribble. He can dunk.
Yeah, he can dunk. I would hate to see him that hamstring go.
We can't start. I know it's not us because we don't talk about it much, but a lot of people, you can't say, we want these stars. We want the dunk contest to come back to what it is. And then you finally have a guy go, I'm going to do it.
I can give two shits about the dunk contest.
And then be like, no, that's what I said. But that has been the thing with the dunk contest. People want stars. So now that you got a star going in it, now you can't come on and be like, oh, he shouldn't play because he could get injury. That could be every night.
Right. But for the most part, if you put Tatum and Brown side by side, Brown has had a few nagging injuries. He had to miss a playoff series against the Brooklyn Nets.
But that's not this year.
I know. But once you have a hamstring issue, it's always there. I've been battling mine for, about 30 years now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I get nervous. But, hey, he's in it. Hope he wins it. And I hope he leaves there healthy.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing the stars back in it. You know, you get a couple. I mean, I can't say his name last night, but the guy that plays for the Heat, Jamie, the one with Jaquez, with the long flowing black hair, with the goatee.
Yeah.
So it should be a good one.
Yeah.
So
lower that rim to about 7 feet. I'll show you a dunk.
No, you won't.
Yeah. You'd be the guy getting hurt. Yeah. You'd be pulling that hamstring.
You're only dunking your food into your coffee. That's
Dunkin' Donuts,
all the dunking you got.
Yeah.
But to also to get into a little something we touched about last week, the police in Canada with the junior World Junior Canadian team.
Yeah.
And the only reason that it came back out is because of the media digging, finding a few things, and then the political crap storm that has come from it.
Well, it's caused a huge... Even players that weren't named in it are not allowed on the Canadian Olympic team in 26.
Yeah,
that's kind of a big deal.
Then you get the police. You get the police actually got up and had to do a formal apologize and admit that they screwed up the investigation. So, not a good look. Not a good look for our brothers in the North.
No.
So I heard something exciting today on the way over.
Uh-oh. You're smiling.
The Red Sox are going to be followed by Netflix for
I
for
saw
a
that,
series. Yeah. Did you see that?
For the 2004 and 2024 seasons.
2004?
Yeah. They're going to go back to the 2004 season.
Oh, so they already have footage?
Yep, and then they're going to go... They're going to follow them for the 2024 season.
What a difference that's going to be. You're talking about a world championship team.
That's what they're doing. I think they're... Yeah.
As opposed to these scrubs.
2024, the
what do you mean?
championship team coming up.
They just traded for another catcher.
I don't know what this team's doing. And Hein Bloom, he took a lot of heat. And it's kind of showing that, he was brought in to do... Because they're not spending any money. They're trading for guys that we've never even heard of, with the exception of Tyler O'Neill. He's a Major League Baseball player. But these other guys, they're just simply not. Yeah, they're just not spending any money. I don't know what they're doing. It's just a wasted offseason.
Yeah, why did Netflix think that the Red Sox...
Probably a 20-year anniversary of their first title, maybe.
I get that, but I mean, find another team.
Yeah.
You know, there's no interest in this team.
No.
Especially
Nothing.
right now.
Nothing at all.
No, they missed the boat on this one.
Yeah, it's...
It's sad to say it because it's a Boston team. It should be a big deal.
And the worst thing about all these baseball teams is you're the only sport that has a time frame where you're the only game in town. Yeah. And they can't even take advantage of it.
Bob, so Bob's comment here to tail onto the Netflix special is I completely agree. He said Alex Cora should completely lampoon this team behind the scenes. It would make for great viewing. Yes, it would make for excellent viewing. I think you're going to hear some I can't say the word. But you're going to hear some nice takes out of Cora behind the scenes. I am looking forward to that.
I hope so. They got to do something to make it interesting because this team is not interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do. This team sucks. it just flat out sucks. The offense isn't too bad.
Every time we even talk about them, it just completely kills.
Well, they haven't done anything. You know, if I heard they're still in the running for Blake Snell, which I don't believe.
No, he's already come out and said that he's not going to play for the Red Sox.
All right, but he said he's not going to play for the Yankees either.
Yeah, true. Okay.
So, I like if you sign Blake Snell, then all right, you got Snell, you got Bayo, you got Giolito, yeah, you got Whitlock, yeah, it's something. I guess.
Like drinking out of my Red
Yeah,
Sox
I don't know what the. I just don't know what they're doing.
Himself that
Yeah.
good might
Well, you know
happen.
what? Give me an 85-win season. I'll be happy with that. I want to watch these games, but they're not on pace to do that. No. This team sucks.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah,
the Red
exactly,
Sox,
Ethan.
terrible.
It's a very
It'll be a
unlikely
long
team.
season.
No, I think you're going to see a lot of Dodgers market being on the TV this year.
Yeah.
Just fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, they went out and they signed players.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Go figure.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
All right. I feel like we're cutting them short. We need a non-sports topic.
I mean, we started off with the.
We started off with
stuff,
maybe the worst start in our show's history. So we got to give the people a little bit more than that.
All right. What do you want to go with?
So let's get back to your burgers.
I was going to do celebrity crushes.
Ooh.
I think that's more fun than burgers.
Well, I don't know. I like a good burger.
Yeah. We all like a good celebrity crush. I don't know. I think we should go celebrity crushes.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'm going to start when I was a child. I had two. All right.
Yeah.
Two celebrity crushes. All right. One was from Who's the Boss?
Yeah.
And that was Samantha Maselli.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name in real life? Alyssa Milano.
Yes.
Milano, yep.
Yeah. Well, we'll not talk about Alyssa Milano now.
Yeah, she's gone a little wacky, I think, right? She's a little crazy. My good friend's buddy actually dated Alyssa Milano for a short time.
Yeah.
Then he broke up with her, and then they talked about it on SportsCenter. He was a pro athlete as well, World Series champion, and he said, I don't think my life's really conducive to having a real relationship. That's what he said. But you know what? He's probably right. You know? Making millions, young, good-looking guy, dated Alyssa Milano. And then, so that was one of them. And then the second one, from probably my favorite show of all time, my favorite sitcom of all time, Charles in Charge. Jamie Eggert.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful girl.
I think she was Nicole on the show, right?
Yeah.
Nicole, and there was the mediocre-looking sister. I think her name was Sarah.
She was also in the Baywatch, right?
Yes.
Nicole, yeah.
Not the mediocre-looking sister.
No, Nicole Eggert.
Nicole Eggert, yes. Yeah. Jamie.
Oh, we get some chime in. Bob's all-time celebrity crush, Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei, all right.
She's got that odd look to her, but it's very intriguing.
Yeah, she's hotter than we are, so I don't know if we'd call her odd, but good-looking girl.
She still looks pretty good for her age.
Two
I wouldn't throw her out.
that I absolutely loved.
All right.
It was, oh my goodness, her name just slipped off the tip of my tongue. She
must have loved her.
She was in Party of Five. First name's Jennifer. She was
Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah.
She was
Also starring on the video Girl on TV by LFO.
yes. Oh, I absolutely loved her.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She was. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's one.
What was the other
Is this the new math where you're trying to confuse us?
No. I was just thinking
so
of...
we need one more.
Like, I was obsessed with her growing up. Like,
Yep.
I watched every movie. I even watched Party of Five, you know?
I mean, we were picking two.
All right,
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy. All right.
Jenny McCarthy. Everything about that woman. She was raunchy. She
Oh,
was
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
guys.
She had a lot
She
of
was
sass.
absolutely just
She was
drop
sexy.
dead. You
Yeah,
know?
there was a lot of good things about
yeah.
Dave, before you get going, Ethan Medeiros, he's scooping up. He's scooping
Gaga.
up two. Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
and I don't know who this person is. Aubrey
Yeah,
Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza. I don't know her.
So I'll say Lady Gaga. When she first got onto the scene, no. But then I saw that movie with the country movies.
My friend was in it. A Star is Born.
Star is Born, and I was like, wow, she's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Ethan, I'll give you that one. All right. If I could get my old Google machine here on the internet, I would look up this.
Aubrey Plaza.
Dave, why don't you go with your picks? While I look up,
wait, is Tina watching? Is she going to be?
Well,
Is she going to be angry?
I'm sure she hasn't.
Oh
She
yeah.
hasn't chimed in yet.
That was a little bit much of a
Because
reaction.
she loves to give me crap about Madonna.
Yeah. so-
Madonna.
Yeah, whenever Madonna.
Like
comes
old
on.
Madonna, new Madonna.
Like 80s Madonna.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Papa don't preach.
Yeah. This is Aubrey.
Okay. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it.
Very beautiful
That's a
woman.
good picture right there. yeah, that's a good one right there. I'll take that one. Oh, I didn't know there was a pretzel in her hand. I thought she was just doing a little symbol. All right. Lady Gaga in American Horror Story was wild. Ethan Medeiros. He's got a thing for Lady Gaga.
Yeah. So what's the other
take
one?
it easy,
So
Ethan.
we got Madonna. Okay. All right.
I got Alicia Cuthbert.
Who? Get the internet rolling.
She's married to an NHL player.
So is it the NHL player that you have the man crush on?
No, I couldn't stand. I can't even think of the guy.
What's her name? Alicia what?
Cuthbert.
How do you spell that?
Elisha.
Oh, God. This is not going
I'll just
well.
take your word for it.
Yeah, she's on it. Yeah, whatever.
The Girl Next Door, I believe she was in.
You know who got really hot? It wasn't a celebrity crush, and then later on was like a post-celebrity crush. Punky Brewster. Like, she wasn't hot, like, as a child, but she really developed, turned into a superstar.
All right, well, let's do it for the ladies here. So, celebrity man crush.
I'm not gay.
It's not about being gay.
I don't have crushes on men.
Oh, you got to go with it that way. No.
Well, you said a celebrity
So,
man
like
crush.
a guy that you say, I can be friends with that. Yeah, I'll say good looking. I don't
All right.
care. Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, he's good looking. Yeah. I don't have a crush on Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. If I could hang out with Justin Timberlake, you'd be immediately booted off the show.
All right,
Justin Timberlake.
I don't blame you for that. All right, so
Brad Pitt, Bob.
Brad Pitt. I gotta go
Brad
with you
Pitt,
on that
good
one,
looking
Bob.
guy. Let me see.
Not only a
KG.
good looking guy, but his movies are
Yeah.
great.
KG might not be super good looking, but
It's
like
not about that.
he's
You
my
take
spirit
that.
animal right there. KG.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
That's like my guy.
Oh, because watch it. I mean, I just even love watching him and Paul Pierce's show.
Oh, they're great together.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard a rumor. I don't know if you told me, but they used to do this. They used to talk like this in the locker room. They used to talk about sports. They used to talk about games. And I think that's why they're so natural at it, as I spit on your iPad, because they've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Because they look very comfortable doing this. They're great. All right.
Jared Leto, and he's also with the Timberlake. Jared Leto, my goodness, yeah. What was the show growing up that he was in? That I think he had AIDS in the show and died in the show.
No, that's not
it was
good.
It was very big.
Kids?
No, not kids. It was a very big
someone
show. I think it had the
What?
special needs kid in it. Maybe
I-
I'm not sure. My So-Called Life. Thank you, Bob. Nailing it. You never watched My So-Called Life when you were younger?
No.
That was a huge show.
Yeah.
But Jared Leto, as he has continued, I think he's a little odd. Yeah, great singer too. I'll give you that.
Who's that? Okay. We're talking about men crushes now, Dave.
Okay,
I just wanted to find it because you got
All right.
the Alyssa Cuthbert. Yep, very beautiful woman. She's been in a lot of stuff. The Girl Next Door, Old School. Oh, she played the high school girl in Old School. that
Yes.
the Owen brother shacked up with.
Yeah. The boss's daughter.
I like the KG one. I think you hit that.
KG is
Don't touch that.
my favorite athlete of all time, by far. I don't think there'll be another athlete like KG. Just the hatred he had for other teams. I feel like that's how you should play sports. Like, it's us against you. I don't need to really shake your hand before the game. I don't need to whisper in your ear like these NBA guys do with a little hand covering it so nobody can read lips. I want my athletes to hate the other team.
So, KG. I love KG. But, and it's funny because he now has this aura about him that he was like this big, tough, like game, like when the game was on the line, you forget KG in his Minnesota years was soft. Soft is the fact that he was always talking about he could never get them over the hump because he was soft in the playoffs. And then he came here. Yeah, that was his huge. I love KG.
I don't know if he's soft. I will say.
Well, you say that now, but back then. Sorry, Dalton. I got a movie over here.
I mean, you watch these games. KG is swearing left and right. I just don't think the team was good enough to make it over the hump. And KG had to face San Antonio quite a bit. And you're playing Tim Duncan, who's equally as good, maybe a little bit better, in a better coach team with better players.
So, but if you remember, because I went back and I looked, his numbers when he played these guys, when he played in these big games, he was almost not seen out there. And I do remember, as we started talking about it, I go, that was the big knock on him.
Yep.
And I remember when he was coming to Boston, before he put into this larger-than-life character,
right.
A lot of people were like, don't forget, when he was like, I don't want KG.
Oh, I want a KG.
Oh, I know, we watched basketball. Of course we did. But a lot of people, because he had that knock on him.
Yeah, but there's always that knock until you win. Paul Pierce, what was the knock on him? You know, there was, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen,
that's what I mean.
Alex Rodriguez.
It was the perfect mix here with these guys.
Yeah,
like that.
without question. And if it happened earlier in their career, Ray Allen, Pierce, and it might not have worked because at that point they might have had big egos. They might have wanted that next contract. They might have wanted to average 26 points a game. It happened all at the perfect time. But he is my favorite athlete of all time, and I feel like that's what an athlete should be. I just.
One thing to plug other shows, that KG, Paul Pierce, I don't know.
It's great.
It was pretty funny that the other day, Paul Pierce, they were talking about players in the league and not who was soft, but he was calling them who were dogs and this and that. And Paul Pierce was trying to call out these other players by saying that they weren't, and KG was just relentless going at him. It almost looked like to the point where they had to cut it because it almost looked like he said, "Paul, you were soft," you know?
Yeah.
But
Paul was soft, but he played 80 games, right? He played a lot of games. He very rarely missed games. I don't know. I just think it's a different mentality now. It's a different era.
Bob thinks Kendrick Perkins was the unsung hero of that team.
Oh, God.
A lot of people think that. I'm not with you on this one, Bob. I think a lot of people hang their hat on the.
We're getting off topic here.
Yeah.
I know. It's very easy for us.
And plus, he's not good looking. He's not a man crush.
To close out the show here.
Yeah. Who's trying? I'm not trying to close anything out. Yeah. I don't know. I think Kendrick Perkins is a system. My brother calls it Boston privilege.
Yes.
Trot Nixon had Boston privilege. Marcus Smart had Boston privilege.
We quote that. Your brother needs some royalties.
Yeah. And Kendrick Perkins had Boston privilege. The second he was shipped out to OKC, they quickly realized this guy can't play. He's on the end of their bench.
But don't forget, everyone says we lost that championship because.
Yeah, which I think is a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
I just think we were getting older, and our time kind of had come.
Yeah.
And LeBron had elevated.
What was your man crush again?
Every man.
Every man, yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Yes. Good looking guy.
Yeah. What I wanted to touch on, Snatch was one of the best movies,
Fantastic.
I think, that really got me hooked on Brad Pitt. He had a lot of good ones, but that movie Snatch was a great movie. Hey, Paul Cohen and Paul from West Bridgewater, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, right on time.
Missed all the football talk, but you can give us your man crush if you want.
Rewatch it. You can check us out at the Probably Wrong Podcast on YouTube, Probably Wrong Podcast on Instagram, and continue to follow us here on Facebook. Please like and share these videos. Help get us numbers. Help get us some more editing equipment and grow with us.
Yep.
On that note, we'll take us out.
All right.
Chiefs.
And as Dave
the button.
takes everything with him.
Yep. All right, so what do you have for cards there?
I was about to say Chiefs are gonna win.
Oh, you should have said it, buddy.
Corbin Carroll rookie, like that miniature card.
All right, that's interesting.
Kind of cool.
I think Mom's downstairs.